Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 2. I hope you guys are doing good today. I did not think I was going to be able to come and do this video. You guys know I'm about to head out. I still have so many things to do, but I'm getting it done. A couple of more pre-recorded videos to do, so you may see me in the same look, possibly, because I've packed everything up, and a black shirt and a pair of jeans is like my uniform. I have probably about 9 of the same shirt. Just maybe a different sleeve and a different cut, but I wear a black shirt all the time because it's just goes with everything and it's easy. So that is how I'm living today. Don't be surprised if you see me in it again. But I'm glad I was able to do this video. This will be officially my last review of Love and Marriage Huntsville because I'm going to be gone for several weeks for those of you who missed it, and I won't be able to have access to my computer to do videos. I have some training to do and it's very important. So yeah, last video for this show, but I will be back most definitely. Not too eventful on this episode, so we don't have a lot to talk about. We won't be here too long. So we are still at the baby shower. Maurice is knee deep in the business. You guys got my opinion on that last week. My opinion does still stand. I understand that he is trying to defend his brother, but like Martell said, don't find yourself into the drama with us because you're trying to defend him because you know that your brother is not always right. And I actually agree with that. I don't think Marceau is always 100% just telling jokes or just being casual about it. I feel like there was a level of satisfaction in the fact that their marriage was the way that it was. Just a little bit. I felt like there was a little bit. And only because Tisha and Marceau had their own stuff going on. Not necessarily infidelity. I don't know if that's true or not. But more so just like a respect factor as far as her going back to work and all of this. I think she was it's kind of like confirmation bias. When you believe a certain way or when you believe a certain way about a certain thing, you believe certain things could cause problems in a marriage, and then it actually happens. Because you know Marceau has his thoughts about women working all the time and what can happen when a man doesn't feel valued and appreciated, and how hard a man is working outside the home and versus how he gets appreciated in the home. You know he has his thoughts and opinions. And I think that Mel and Martell's marriage was like a confirmation thing for him on his own biasness towards how a household should work, if that does make sense to anybody. So either way, Maurice, just back up out of it because let these two men handle their problems the way they're going to handle it. Don't you get in it. So Maurice tells him that all of the problems that have happened have really been from Martell. And you know, once he started to break it down, I guess this whole situation did kind of light little fires indirectly in everybody's direction. So he had his affair. They inquired about his affair. Marceau made jokes about his affair. That started the process of Tisha and Melody falling out. Then there started a process, well, Tisha, Melody, Martell, and Marceau falling out. Then there started the process of Melody being very hurt. Melody looking for somebody to lash out on, started the demise of their marriage. So yeah, this has started a lot of different issues. But Maurice, what I'm saying to you is if you back up out of it, you can save yourself from it causing you any issues. But, you know, he wants to stay in, so we'll let him do that. Let's see what's next. Martell and Melody have a conversation about the baby shower and their fathers not being there, even though both of their fathers, they wanted there. Martell thought his dad was coming. His dad didn't show up. And Martell is really tired of the back and forth. He doesn't feel like he needs to keep reaching out. He doesn't feel like he needs to keep working. While Mel feels the exact opposite. She wants to keep working on it. And she also wants for Martell to keep working on it because she just believes it's important, and even though he doesn't feel it, it does affect, well, he says he doesn't feel it, she really does believe it does affect him. And for Melody, for Melody's dad, Martell feels like that's somebody he really wants to have around the kids because he's a good role model, and they're missing out on a lot, not getting to know that side of their family. He has his doctorate, and I want the children to be able to know more about him. So that's that with the dads. Now, the brother, all right, Marcus and Martell, all these M's are really hard. Marcus and Martell, they go out and they're going to go shopping because he's going to get Mel a push gift. That's really popular right now, the push gift. So he is going to try to find her something. And Marcus is just like, okay, let's look at a couple of rings then. If we're going to do rings, let's get a ring with a big, thick band. So it can be a reminder of the fact of what a ring signifies: eternal love and devotion. And Marcus was not playing with Martell. He basically tells Martell, listen, we've had conversations before. I just want to make sure my sister is good. You know, you had that situation with the young lady, and I really think that had less to do with the sex. And do you know Martell gonna turn around and say, oh, who said I was having sex with somebody else? I said Martell. So Carlos King is running this production, and Carlos King is good for a flashback. So he flashed back to all the times that Martell said the relationship was sexual and that Mel wasn't doing what she needed to do sexually. He told her that to her face. Martell, it was just one season ago. We remember that you and Arian, y'all had a sexual relationship as well. Martell, he be playing us. So Marcus looked at him like, bruh, I don't have time. It was a sexual relationship. And I know that it wasn't about the sex, but it really was about your ego, your insecurities, and the fact that you needed to feed into those because you didn't feel like you were getting them from home or wherever. That was all about your ego and your pride and your insecurities because you feel like there's something missing. And so that's something that I want you to find for yourself. So this doesn't have to happen to my sister, your family. This doesn't have to happen in your marriage. And Martell, I will say Martell has done a good job this season so far of taking what is given to him. Now, he does come with the shade, but I mean, that's only natural. Martell feels like he has to kind of take it on the chin because a lot of the things that have happened last season, I guess he is now seeing that maybe he brought some of these things on himself. But I do still see a little bit of arrogance. I do still see a lot of, okay, I know I messed up, but we just gonna all have to move on. Like, he just expects everybody to move on whenever he moves on. He tells Marcus, I hear you, I take that, I receive that, but I'm tired of rehashing it. I want to move forward. I'm a changed man. And Marcus says, yeah, but you told me last year at my kitchen table you were a changed man, and you really weren't. So how am I supposed to believe any differently from now if you behaved the same? From then when you behaved the same way right after. So how am I supposed to believe any differently? You got to show me in action. And I agree with Marcus. And I was really glad that Marcus didn't let Martell back up off of that because he's usually good at shutting it down, but Marcus is like, oh no, because we've been through this before and I will not have it out of you again. Okay, not my sister. I know that's right, Marcus. All right. So then Messy production team, they flashed up on the screen that they tried to contact the woman in question and she was not available for comment. I said, Messy boots. Now, Kimmy. Martell goes over to Kimmy's house because he wants to have a conversation with Kimmy and Maurice, but I guess Maurice wasn't there. But he wants to have a conversation about what happened at the baby shower. He never wants it to stay that way between him and Maurice. He just kind of wants to let him know that I just want y'all not to get involved so that we can be cool, right? And what did Martell and Melody call Kimmy and Maurice? What kind of friends? Were they saying fake friends or FUCK friends or BS friends? I couldn't read their lips, but it was getting bleeped out. But yeah, I didn't really, something about that rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's been going on behind the scenes, but enough for them to not feel like they were real friends to them, I'm guessing. So, Kimmy answers the door. She looks great. I said, is this how Kimmy looks around the house? Because I look terrible around the house. I be walking around here looking like Wesley Snipes, honey. Scarf halfway off the head, a nightgown on. But, hey, go ahead, Kimmy. I need to step my game up. So, Martell comes in and he just wants to talk to Kimmy and say, I appreciate you for coming to the shower. I appreciate you all for being our real friends. And Kimmy is just like, oh, no problem. And we wouldn't be anything but. So I appreciate you for coming over here and letting me know that. Martell says they're in a much better place. Things are good. Mel is happier. He is happier. And Kimmy makes the comment, which I don't know why. I don't get why she was bringing this up. But she says, you know, it's great that Mel is happy, and I'm happy about that. But while Mel is happy, I believe she said Arian. Arian is very unhappy. And Martell is just like, I'm not talking about her. She is a side chick. She does not matter. And that's not funny, but it is kind of like, yeah. It's like, it's funny because it's ironic. I'm not talking about her. Talking about her is what has gotten me in trouble. But Kimmy makes the point that I'm not saying that you need to about her. I'm saying that it's just indicative of the space that we are in now, where you have one person who can be so happy, but at another person, of course, expense. It's so many things that have fallen down around this, and it's just simultaneously at the same time there's so many different feelings going on. And Martell understands that, but at this point, Kimmy, you got to understand that's not Martell's problem anymore. How he made Arian feel is messed up, right? And Arian is going to have to deal with it because Arian was involved with a married man who has now decided to go back to his wife. Yes, it is messed up. You do feel sad for a time because it is a breakup for her, but it's also a situation that she placed herself in. The only thing that I would feel some type of way about is that she is being used as a storyline. But it seems like they offered her a moment to come in if she wanted to come in. But who would come in on this? I mean, child, she gonna get wore out on these social media streets if she dare pop her head up in this show. So yeah, I get it. There are some hurt feelings, but it kind of is what it is at this point. What do you guys think about that? Let me know as far as how Arian might be feeling. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna unanimously come to the same agreement. Anyway, so they move forward in their conversation, and Kimmy is talking about how Destiny came up to her and felt offended, and Kimmy was just like, because I said I don't know who these people are. Who are these people? And Martell, let me tell you who's going to be the shadiest person on the show this season. Number 1 is going to be Martell. Number 2 is going to be Melody. Tisha is going to be number 3. Marceau is going to come next, and then Kimmy and Maurice are going to be at the bottom. But Martell is going to be the shadiest person on the show. He was shady in the kitchen. He told Kimmy, well, I think a lot of the stuff you say, you probably really do mean. It comes from you weren't trying to be funny or inconspicuous. You meant what you said. And Destiny was coming to you like she wanted that action. You know, she might have wanted to have a problem with you. And Kimmy was like, no, I don't think so. And it doesn't even need to be all of that. Yes, Martell, stop trying to stir up the pot, okay? Let them hash it out and finish it. Kimmy said what she said and said, I did not mean it like that. I meant it in a way like I genuinely do not know who these people are. And maybe there's no way to say that in a non-offensive way, but I honestly don't think she meant it like they were nobodies. I think in regards to the conversation, I don't know them and they are nobodies in regards to what we're talking about. But God still loves them and they are definitely a somebody in God's eyes. It's just not in this conversation. It's how she was feeling it at the time. I mean, he inserted himself, so hey, I should be able to say what I need to say to you as well. But Martell just basically like, well, I think you and Destiny are a lot alike and y'all would probably get along. And Kimmy was like, maybe so. I don't know enough about them, like I said. But hopefully I will, continue to get to know them as time goes by. We're going to see how that goes. So after that, Martell says that Destiny is no Tisha. He meant that as shade as well. So 3 shady moments in the kitchen. And then after that, Martell leaves and goes on about his business. He does give Melody the tennis bracelet as her push gift. There were some tears. The scene something about it felt a little phony to me, but it was still sweet. And Martell just says he doesn't want to hurt her anymore. He wants to move past their drama. The same talk that Martell's been given. Melody is in tears and, they're committed to this new beginning. But something about the way the two of them are acting, I'm not going to say I'm not buying it, but something just seems... does anybody know what I mean? Like, I feel like they are putting, even in their confessionals, like the way they're kind of like, what do you think, babe? Okay, what do you think, babe? All right, I love this. Okay. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Y'all let me know. So let's see what's next. Mel's having a launch event for her skincare line. She was diagnosed with rosacea, I believe, when she was a young girl. So this is a big deal for her. I loved her dress. I want Mel's short hair back. I like Mel with short hair, but we're going to work with this ponytail situation we got going Her and Martell show up. They look great. The guests look great. Everybody's having a good time. Kimmy shows up. She was giving me church fashion show. She had on that long skirt. It was Kojic clean. But she comes in there and she speaks to Melody, gives Melody a hug, and then she proceeds to walk away while Destiny and her husband are standing there. And I was just like, hey, I mean, I have no problem with Kimmy giving Destiny the same energy that Destiny is giving her. I would have spoke probably because I'm into making people speak to me. That's kind of how I roll. That's where my petty rolls out. But Kimmy just kept it moving. Said, hello, how you doing? And the fact that she was by herself. See, you always feel bolder when you got backup with you. Kimmy was alone and still committed to moving the way she was moving. So I wasn't mad. I was like, yeah, girl, go and get you some food. We ain't got time for this. So Destiny was just looking, and that was the end of that. Then we have the arrival of Tisha Scott. Now, I wouldn't have had a problem with Tisha showing up if it was an open event, like, hey, Instagram followers, my launch is coming. I want you all to be there. It's open invite. First, however many people are going to get in the door. It wasn't an open invite. It was by invitation only. And Tisha wasn't invited. And I could tell that Tisha wasn't invited because when she tapped Kimmy on the shoulder and Kimmy turned around, Kimmy was like, hey, I wasn't expecting you to be here. How are you? And Tisha's like, I'm good. I'm just here because I want to come and support everybody. And, I'm trying to do better with my personal and my professional life. So this is an opportunity for me to be more professional. So Tisha looked good. I don't know if I love the style of the dress, and she was definitely serving us breast and cleavage. I don't know if I like the you know what? Yes, I did. I'm a polka dot girl. I am a polka dot girl. So she was giving a look. So she came in and she was speaking to people and telling everybody, I haven't seen you in a long time. And Melody is just like, hold on a minute. I see somebody that needs to be up out of here, okay? I see somebody that needs to be cleaned up. Shout out to James Caldwell. What is she doing here? So she goes to get the security. She ain't even fooling around with confronting Tisha face to face. Meanwhile, Tisha, she's unsuspected. Why did Tisha think that she could come to a party uninvited? That's my thing. Like, if nobody told you about it, if nobody brought you as their plus one, why did you believe that you could show up to this party and it wasn't going to be a problem? I think Carlos King invited her and said, hey, come on to Mel's launch party. We need to film a scene. So she goes to get security. Security looked mousy. She would have did better coming to get me from Texas to come get Tisha, because security looked like he's scared. He go over there. He said, ma'am, I've been asked to escort you out. And Martell is like, oh. I said, look at this. Look at this mess. Okay. So Melody is like, don't play with me. Get her up out of here. So she goes to get Tisha, and Tisha's like, what? I'm being escorted out. I said, why are you surprised? Carlos King already told you was going to get escorted out, girl, when you came over there. But it was still hilarious. So she begins to, gather herself. And then what was funny is the people that she had just got done speaking to, they was looking like, child, some drama she about to get. You knew that lady, that black lady was probably like, I'm gonna tell everybody on my way home that you got kicked out the party. So anyway, y'all, that was it. We're gonna see what happened on the rest of the episode next week. Of course, I won't be seeing it, but it'll surely be funny. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys for whenever I get back. I'm gonna miss y'all so much, but thank you for watching again. All right, see you soon. Bye.